What's good, my fellow degenerates of the earthly plane? It's MX Mutex today with a new video. I decided that when I woke up today, I was just gonna scroll through YouTube, do my little morning routine, and like have a little shindig, I guess. Just fuck around, find out, and see what I could find on YouTube, because not much drama happens in my life enough for me to talk about anything serious. Unless if you want to talk about the cupcake enjoyers, the local EDP fucking idiots that exist on the online world, because recently I've just been coming into contact with a lot of people that have just been resurfacing in my life, and I wanted to talk about the allegations of certain people as well as debunk allegations about certain people. Not to mention, I also wanted to talk about the overall state of people in general on YouTube doing their little how do you say, caramel popcorn, enjoying themselves some caramel popcorn, because I'm not going to say the actual word. It's so we're just going to classify it as caramel popcorn. These people, right, are degenerates. They're everywhere, from under the little sewer grate that you walk past every day to go to your local school, to the high corporations of either a Roblox studio or literally your local CVS Walmart as a CEO. And like, it's kind of hard to ignore them when you're constantly bombarded with news on YouTube or TikTok talking about how there is a caramel popcorn enjoyer who constantly is messing around with younger strains of caramel popcorn. I hope you get what I'm talking about here, because I really don't feel like going into full depth about the name, but we're gonna go into like a slight explanation. People who enjoy caramel popcorn are people who like the really sweet, innocent flavor of caramel popcorn. Not even the salted version, just the sweet, innocent version. The one that gets, you know, a lot of attention if you touch that popcorn the wrong way, or the local priest likes to indulge in such caramel popcorn a little bit too much. And, you know, we, like, as a society in the past, it was indulged. And as we grew older as a society, we learned that certain things are not meant to be, excuse me, enjoyed. And people, for some reason, still enjoy caramel popcorn. So I'm gonna get to the main topic. I was looking on YouTube, minding my own business, like 2 days ago, and I come across a video. And this video had like the person who was talking about it was specifically talking about how the clan community of Halo, which was something that I was a part of like briefly when I was a child, they were talking about allegations that were thrown in their direction. Now, I am not talking about this person specifically. I am talking about what they are talking about. I want to make it very clear that this is no regards a direct attack against the person that I'm talking about. So whoever sees this video, please do not take this as me going after you. This is me just talking about what you're talking about. This person, at the time, was 20 years old dating a 17-year-old. The laws in Australia are entirely different than the United States, but they allow for this type of arrangement. Do I agree with it? No. Is it is it something that's allowed? Yes. And I can't really say much about it because it's not my cup of tea. It's not my thing that I need to talk about. But because it happened, because it exists, people are using that as fire. They're throwing it at this person's face, and they're using it as ammunition to get them in trouble, which makes no sense. Causing this person to go out of their way to go ahead and cover this fucking bullshit. Now, me personally, I don't hide my face. I never hid my face when I was in the clan community. I mean, I hide my face now on YouTube, but that's because I'm doing a whole persona thing, and I'm just gonna keep it that way. But back when I was in the Halo clan community, I was pretty face forward. I didn't hide my face. I wasn't a faceless person. I let niggas know, excuse me, that I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna say something towards your face. I'm not gonna hide what I'm gonna say. And then if you wanna use what I said against me, go ahead, because I am not afraid of what you got to say. Other people, though, have a lot more on the lines, have a lot more things to deal with. For instance, this person who was covering the video lives with a guardian. I'm not going to say what type of guardian, but lives with their guardian, and it's in the elderly variety, right? And this person, kind of relies on their guardian, which makes sense because you have a disability. And a lot of people would take that as this person having a disability means that this person also indulges in caramel popcorn because they can't think properly. But that's not the case, because I myself have hung around said person. I know this person, and from my experience with hanging around said person, I can tell you confidently they do not enjoy the caramel popcorn. I've had people even come after me saying that I enjoyed caramel popcorn when I was with and around this person, and that got debunked really fast because they didn't have any evidence, or evidence that would stick, in a sense. Like they try to say Alstofo from Fates Apocrypha, the anime, or fucking what's her name, Bridget from the game Guilty Gear, were both minors. When you look up their ages, one, Bridget's 18 and Alstofo's like what, in his fucking 20s. They were like, hey, this person's a minor, I think he enjoys. Goddamn, I forgot what I was talking about. They were talking about like if I enjoyed caramel popcorn. I'm like, no, I don't. That's not something that I partake in. That's not something I particularly look forward to, because I'm not that type of person. And so, even though that I'm away from that drama now, it still comes to kick me in my ass when I see people that I used to know who are still dealing with said drama. And it's kind of annoying because I know these people, and then they come and hit my line and are like, hey, there are people who are trying to spread rumors about you. I personally don't care. I want you to stay as far away from me as possible. But that being said, if allegations are being thrown around about you specifically, because they think that you enjoy caramel popcorn, the forbidden popcorn, it's kind of damning, like that ruins your reputation. See, I didn't have a reputation, so I don't really care, and I still don't have a reputation, so I really don't care. But for people that I know who somewhat have a reputation, it kind of upsets me a little bit because, they're making these videos about people that they know. People are making videos about people that I know, and I can't say we're friends, and I'm not going to say that we're not friends, but I will say that I'm going to defend them wholeheartedly. But back to the statement at hand, they were being accused, they debunked it themselves. I'm not going to go out of my way and help them debunk this, but I do want to talk about how the state of our world is. I don't know if recently you've seen that a lot of people have been put on full blast because they enjoy themselves a little bit, like a handful of caramel popcorn, which is not good. And because of it, it's causing a lot of backlash in the community, in many different communities, and it's not very good. It's become a staple at this point, and like a lot of people are trying to attribute people liking caramel popcorn towards the male loneliness epidemic. They're trying to attribute this towards basically people who don't understand, like if they got ADHD or autism or Down syndrome, they're trying to attribute that to disabilities and like make it so that way one of the other is the same. And that's why they enjoy caramel popcorn, which is not the case, because it can easily be debunked if you take your 2 seconds of fucking time to go look online and debunk it yourself. So, as I'm looking on YouTube and I scroll away from this person that I used to know's video because they handled the situation themselves, they debunked the allegations, I'm also seeing people like for YouTube and shit, people who are in high status on YouTube who are making videos, and then people are making videos about these people being caramel popcorn enjoyers, specifically the VR chat community. Now, I dipped my hand in the VR chat community for a little bit because, I wanted to use it as content, but I ended up finding out that there wasn't any content to farm at all because, I don't know, I just didn't find anything cringeworthy or drama-worthy enough for me to cover. And so it became one of those things that I just didn't look into. And I ended up making friends on VR chat who had the same mindset as me. Protect the younger corn the the caramel popcorn, the younger caramel popcorn from the older devious crusty corn. And that's not, it's not very good, if you get what I mean. Not to mention that people like to go after these types of caramel popcorn enjoyers online, and they use them to content farm online when it comes to the VR chat community. I myself have never had this problem before because I am not a caramel popcorn enjoyer. I do not support the enjoyment of said type of popcorn, but I've never found myself in a situation where there was a person in my lobby in VR chat who enjoyed this type of stuff. And I know it's gonna sound like a groaner, it's gonna sound fucking stupid, but I had a bar instance that I used to run on VR chat and have only adults go to my bar. No children allowed, just adults. And there would be many, many cases where children would try to get themselves into the bar, and I went out of my way, kicked them out the bar, and kept the adults. And it's because I wanted a safe haven for adults specifically to go and commune as well as like talk their shit. But here's the thing, it was a double narrative coin, a double-sided coin, because I also wanted to use it as a way to collect information about certain people who were, caramel popcorn enjoyers. If they felt comfortable enough to enter my bar, they felt comfortable enough to talk about the situation. That's what I saw. That's how I dealt with things, I wanted to use it as a content farm, but I never got that. I never had people, or at least I never noticed these types of people who enjoyed caramel popcorn. So I can't really say that these people were in my lobbies, and I can't say that they weren't. But I myself have never encountered a person like this, or have ever encountered a situation of a person doing this type of stuff. Now, I'm not gonna lie, VR chat has its fair amount of degenerates. I'm not like, they have their ERPers, they have their furries, they have their Ethereans, they have their milsim role players. It's fucking retarded. It's like, you didn't have enough love in the real world, so you need validation and attention from the people online. I get you, but at the same time, I never really understood or came across the people who were being targeted online. So I look at these videos about and I'm just gonna name off a couple YouTubers like Ratgrave, Ergblah, fucking Clipsy. These are people who go on VR chat, troll these types of people, and go after caramel popcorn enjoyers to make videos, basically like Chris Hansening these types of people, if you get what I'm talking about. And it's funny. Yeah, it's funny, and I advocate for this. I advocate for the Chris Hansen type of stuff. But if you're going out of your way to just bully them and not report them to the cops, not try to get them banned, and you're just using them for content, you're in the wrong. You're supporting this type of person. I'm not gonna go out of my way, fuck around with a caramel popcorn enjoyer, and not report them afterwards. That makes no sense. If it was me personally, I'm gonna go ahead, take this person down, get as much information as I can, and try to find where they live, try to find their local police department, and report this to the local police with the evidence that I am supporting. They don't do that. They use it as content, farm the content, and then proceed to drop off the face of the earth like nothing ever fucking happened, which is confusing to me, because I'm like, why are you doing this? I get it, it's content, it's free content, but why are you doing this? What is the purpose of you doing this? And I don't know. I feel like I sound repetitive here when I say this, but it's wrong to just content farm these people. You shouldn't let them exist, in a sense. You should actually actively try to remove these people from the internet, because they're the reason why a lot of young caramel popcorn gets harvested a little early, you know what I mean? And it's not a good thing. It's actually really, really, really bad. But I guess these people don't see it that way. Then what's worse is that these same YouTubers are also getting caught in their own allegation. And then you got YouTubers covering sad allegations about these people. And there's proof. There is a lot of proof about this. And you're staring at it like, God damn, dude, what is going on here? It seems like for some reason, and this is just my theory, When you become a high enough level YouTuber, you tend to have a fall from grace. Like, if you don't follow your own strict path and you don't do what you planned from the start, and you deviate just in the slightest from the fucking yellow brick road onto the Wizard of Oz castle, you like end up in a very shitty predicament, like to the point that it's gonna bite your ass. You're gonna get bit in the ass, and it's gonna bother you for the rest of the time that you exist on YouTube. It happened to many different YouTubers. I'm talking about Dream from the Dream SMP, from like when he was doing his Minecraft videos. They tried to get Tommy in it, but Tommy in it, one, was a child, and two, stuck to his path. We have not the Diamond Minecart, fucking what's his name? Sky Does Minecraft, an older YouTuber, popular MMOs, another older YouTuber. There's people who like play Halo. Then there's people who play Call of Duty, who get caught and talked to about. But it's more the social, and like there's also people who do like the IRL aspect, like Skeeter Gene, who goes after pedophiles. Excuse me, popcorn enjoyers. You know, screw up pedophiles. He goes after these guys, and he gets them in trouble, and I commend him for that. And he also makes content from it, but he at least gets them to go to jail. Now these caramel corn lovers, these caramel popcorn lovers, are constantly going after younger popcorn and younger popcorn, and it seems like these people who do YouTube are constantly deviating from the path. It's like somebody with the little apple from the apple of Eden, like Eden's tree, is going, here, taste the forbidden fruit or the forbidden popcorn, and then tell me what you think. And these guys take a bite, and then they go after it. Like, it's weird, and I don't condone that. I don't particularly like that, and it's actually very, very wrong. But it's an epidemic that the world is constantly dealing with. The big 2025 has been filled with these caramel popcorn enjoyers, these people who are unveiling these caramel popcorn enjoyers, and are also getting these people in trouble. And I'm trying to figure out, where are these guys coming from? Where are they? Are they just crawling out of rocks? Are they coming out from the nooks and crannies of canyons? Like, these guys are coming out the woodworks and doing things that shouldn't be done. It's very odd, and like, it's actually getting to the point that a lot of psychologists are studying this and trying to figure out what is going on with the world, because it seems like it's becoming more of a habit. More and more caramel popcorn enjoyers are starting to come out the woodworks and starting their path of terror and fucking with these people who don't need to be fucked with. And then you have the people who are getting allegations against them that don't need to be getting these allegations to. And it's to the point where it's kind of sad, because you're seeing a lot of content creation getting ruined. You're seeing a lot of people getting ruined. It's to the point that it's no longer a huge thing anymore. It's a lot of YouTubers that I used to watch and a lot of YouTubers that I used to hang out with were constantly getting bombarded with allegations. And these allegations ruined their lives because people would fake evidence. But the evidence looked so damning at the time that people would just beat around the bush and go, this isn't fake evidence. You are ruining people's lives by doing this. You are covering topics that you shouldn't be covering. You are doing things that don't make, like, if you don't go into it, because I used to work in a server on Discord that specifically went after these types of people, and I would gather hard evidence. I would make sure that it wasn't faked or forged, there wasn't any Photoshop, because I wanted to make sure that these types of people were brought to justice the right way. People nowadays don't care. Whatever works for them, and it's causing a lot of people their jobs, money, family ties, social reputation, and that's not a good thing, because people nowadays are more accepting of it. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I'm one of those types of people who accepts, hey, we're gonna go after these caramel popcorn enjoyers and we're gonna fucking send them towards the Great Candyland jail, you know? And a lot of these people take that mindset and they go, you want to see more of us exposing and catching these people? Follow us, do this and this and that. My last 2 cents of this argument, it's wrong to use it for content farming if you're just content farming and you're not sending these people to jail. It's wrong that you go ahead and go out of your way and not get these people arrested. And it's scary that a lot of these people have to deal with this type of bullshit. And like, the false allegations are getting out of hand. In another video, I will try to cover this in more depth, but right now I'm just giving you my 2 cents. I wanted to talk about this and let it be known that I do not support the things that these people do, and I do not support what people I have known have done or have thrown allegations to. And I will be debunking any allegations that get thrown either my way or in any of my friends' way that don't deserve said allegations, because I feel like nowadays it's becoming all too common to find a caramel corn enjoyer, a caramel popcorn enjoyer, and that's not a good thing. But with that being said, future updates, we're going to get into doing that cheaters video soon. I have a lot of evidence about a lot of cheaters in certain video games, and I want to get into that. I might talk to somebody who does cheating, but I will keep him on the hush hush. But, you know, it's been MX Mutex, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you enjoy the video. And peace, my brothers.